right now. Okay, what's going on, everyone? John, Audrey, and Jordan here from Room 666, back again with another podcast, episode 63.
Yeah.
I don't know. I always forget.
Jordan knows, not us. Jordan.
I know. He's like, yeah, this is episode 63. I don't know.
63. I marked it earlier this morning.
Wow.
I think it would have been more appropriate, like either episode 66 or 69.
I was gonna say 66. That would have been dope.
Yeah. We'll reschedule, Jordan. 3 episodes later.
Well, I mean, I'm Criterion Cult now. I'm not Room 666 anymore. Anyway. So.
Okay, so it's like whatever now.
Yeah, that's not really a thing anymore.
Damn.
I can't do YouTube channels anymore. Sorry, guys.
You get banned or what?
No, nobody likes me. I don't talk about cool things on YouTube. I don't talk about Marvel and Star Wars all the time, so it's kind of hard to get. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just, I try not to do that because there's so much stuff like that. So that's why I did the Criterion thing. I was going to do that as a YouTube channel, but I knew nobody would watch that. So podcast is easier.
Yeah. You should do it though. YouTube. Bring back the YouTube channel. I liked it. I watched it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, so I think that'd be cool.
We have Robert here. What's going on, man? Thanks for joining us like always. So yeah, we're going to talk about a little later, a little movie recommended from Jordan called Deerskin, which is on HBO Max. Is it a new one? Did it come out this year or?
It's like one of those that it came out last year, but it was sort of released for us this year. Like it was just in festivals, I think, last year. I don't think it was released on anything until earlier this year. So and it's sort of one of those,
You can tell I'm like prepared because I'm going to ask you, was this a French movie? It's French, right?
I mean, the director is French, yeah. I mean, and most of the people in it are, I guess it would be a French film, yeah. It's not in all, well, yeah, I guess it is all in French, huh?
Yeah, I would consider it a French movie.
That's what I was like.
John.
I didn't know like the language. I know it's not English.
It's all French, yeah.
Okay, for sure. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. I'm interested in talking about it because it was a pretty cool, unique little film. But other than that, Jordan, how you been, man? I know we haven't talked in a bit. How's this whole pandemic treating you?
It has been a while. It's I'm surviving. I'm out of a job right now, but I can't complain. I got a place to stay. I've got stuff to eat and stuff like that. There's a lot of people who are dealing with worse shit, so I can't really complain. And also, it got me to start a podcast, so it gave me enough time to kind of do creative stuff. So that's kind of cool. It's like a bright light in all of it.
Yeah.
But I've been chilling, just taking this time to watch a bunch of documentaries, movies, TV shows, try to do some writing.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Nice.
For sure, man. And Audrey, how you been since the last time we saw you?
From the last week?
Since the last week. A lot can happen in the week.
Yeah. I honestly, if I had a more exciting life, probably more stuff would happen, but I'm just in my apartment all day. So yeah, I've just been doing the same thing, just, watching stuff, watching a lot of reruns actually. That's bad. But it's comforting.
Yeah, I think that's what we need right now. All of us, just like something comforting, but it's still not too comforting. Like me, like just watches like a new movie every like 3 months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least you still try and watch new stuff, so it's good.
A new movie as in it's new to you, or that it's new, like it came out this year?
Both.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you gotta step that up. You gotta step up.
Man.
At least one new movie a week. I'm putting you on that training, that diet. One new movie a week.
I told him a long time ago to make like a queue on Netflix and just watch one movie on there, so he can like have a bunch out. You can knock a bunch of new movies that you haven't seen out of your list.
I have a queue, but it's like Friends and like Stranger Things. Office.
Yeah, no, I know. But no, you have to make one specifically for like movies you haven't seen that I've recommended or other people have recommended, and then you can like just knock them out like that.
Like
that would be a good way.
Yeah, just like get a list online and just go through that list real quick. That's what I did. I mean, I haven't done it recently, but that's what I did when it's probably like years ago. I just got the AFI top 100 list and just started boom, boom, boom every week going through one, trying to knock them out.
You know what?
We're not that good, but
I do recommend that. I did that with music though, and it was a really cool challenge for myself because I made myself listen to people that I would never listen to. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
they're actually pretty good. So yeah, you might be
Well, my
surprised.
buddy for my birthday, he gave me like this top 100 movies thing. I'm like pointing at it right now. You guys can't see though, but it's like, I think it'll have some cool movies. I see I see this little figure. I think it's Leon Professional. I haven't seen that one. So
You haven't seen The Professional?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised that you have because you haven't seen a lot of stuff. But I actually don't really get surprised when people haven't seen movies. I'm not like one of those people. I just joke around. But it is sort of weird that you haven't seen that movie. I feel like a lot of people have seen it, but it's definitely one I would say cross off your list for sure.
Yeah. So I plan to do that like starting next year. I probably should just start it, but that's like one thing I'm planning to do.
And then next year you're gonna start that next year, and then that next year. Come on, Johnny, get it done now.
Just do it, right? I'm saying,
Put it on the background right now. I want to see you watching it.
Well, that'd be a good New Year's resolution for you, but if you actually stick to it.
Yeah, no, like I was gonna say, like I always say that to like people too. Like a lot of people wait to like New Year's to start their resolutions, but they can like just do it now,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, anytime. Turn it on right now.
Right now. I just got it too.
You know what? Let's just not do the podcast and you go watch a new movie.
Wait, hold on. All right, you guys do it, and I'll be right.
He's just gonna go knock something out right now in 2 seconds.
I mean, if you want, I'll give you like a list. I'll give you a list of the Criterion Channel movies you should go knock off, like a whole list. I mean, they even make little, kind of their own little they program little lists of films that they put together in like packages. That's how I usually go about it. Like they have
Is
this
it
really
like
great
directors or like genres?
no, they usually, like, for instance, they have this really great Korean, South Korean genre film with like Bong Joon-ho, who did Parasite, and I Saw the Devil, just like all that kind of great. It's just like there, and you just can knock them off and as a list,
Yeah.
And they have like, just you can do like classic 1950s Hollywood, 40s Hollywood. They'll have like a certain actress or actor, director. They'll just give you a bunch of films that you should just watch or that are related to those films. You know what I mean? It's a really good way to discover a bunch of new shit. I discovered a bunch of new like films from like the 40s and 50s just from the Criterion Collection that are like my favorite movies now.
Yeah.
There's this really good movie with Mickey Rooney called Drive a Crooked Road. It is pretty much like Drive, but in the 40s.
No way.
Yeah, there's even a scene that's like Drive, which I'm sure Winding Refn probably paid homage to. Like Mickey Rooney drives a car onto another car who's a crime boss on the beach, like, and pushes him into the water.
Yeah.
Like in the way that Drive does.
Yeah.
It's great. It's a really good movie. So I would suggest just jumping on that and playing Russian roulette with it, just picking something. Because you'll, at least on that Criterion Channel, and again, I'm trying to shill for them because I have a podcast and I'm hoping that they give me free stuff. But if you join the channel now, you'll be able to, you could just, it's just I've just discovered a bunch of great stuff because of it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's well worth the price of admission too, right?
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Send me that. That'll be pretty cool. And I think Audrey, I don't know if you knew that, but that'll be pretty interesting too.
Yeah, well, I was a subscriber before to Criterion. I recently canceled it, unfortunately, just to save some few bucks. But I was surprised with HBO Max. They have quite a bit of Criterion movies on there. So that's been cool. So I've been able to check some out there for sure. But hopefully I can get it back because I really do enjoy having the Criterion. I like the way it's set up. Like Jordan said, they make it really easy for you to just kind of like click whatever looks interesting to you and you just go through the catalog. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but even if
have it, John?
No, I don't have that. I have it. What's it called? The DC Comics one.
Wow.
I have that DC. Yeah. No, just kidding. No, I don't have that. But I'm definitely gonna, because that's what I was thinking too. Like, because Audrey had mentioned that there's a lot of like Criterion stuff, a lot of cool movies on HBO Max, surprisingly. But I think it's because they're like part of like Warner Brothers, right? Like, and I'm pretty sure they have like a lot of great movies too. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how they got all those movies, but yeah, HBO Max does have like a shit ton of classic and Criterion stuff. That's good. Amazon has a bunch of stuff too. You just have to like type it in. It unfortunately doesn't show you all its good stuff. If you search a lot of stuff, Amazon has some pretty cool stuff. And I don't know about your guys' terms of like your local libraries where you are, but I know the LA County Library, you could just use your library card, and we have this thing called Canopy, where you could watch movies for free.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay anything, and they have nothing but Criterion Collection movies on there also. So you guys should check if your library offers something like that.
Yeah, I think that sounds familiar. Canopy.
Yeah. Yeah, you just put in your library card and then you can watch movies for free. Well, it's like 10 a month, so you get 10 free movies a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, no.
It's free, so
yeah, I've got like 30 subscriptions that I spend hours scrolling through trying to figure out what movie to watch. So yeah.
That's always tough too, man. Like sometimes you're in the mood for something like that, or in the mood for just like comfort food or something, you know?
Yeah, but it's like you said, it depends. Because like for me, to put on something where I'm like, oh, I want to just kind of sit back and watch something I'm comfortable with. For me, that's like the Zodiac from David Fincher or something. You know what I mean? I can't watch like The Office and stuff. That to me, I don't know. That's not like comforting. I've already kind of seen it, and that's cool. It has to be like, I don't know, like The Lobster is a comfort movie for me. It just has to be stuff like that.
So. You have seen, just letting you guys know.
Hell yeah, John.
I think the only Yargos movie, well, like I guess major ones that I haven't seen is Killing. I used to call it Killing of a Scared Deer, but it's sacred. Like I misread the word. It's sacred.
Yeah, with Mr. Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I think that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should check it out.
So it's
I have it too,
you.
And I have absolutely no excuse.
Yeah, John, you have no excuse because you have the movie, like the physical copy. Sorry.
Oh wow, you own it and you haven't even watched it. Tell me it's at least open. Tell me you took the package off of it at least.
I think I got it. Where did I get it? I think it was it was used. So.
Oh okay. Well, at least somebody watched it. And
somebody
watched it. It was loved.
It was loved. Now it's like that old toy from Toy Story that was like on top shelf. They would dust.
But
how many movies do you have like that?
That I haven't watched it, or
that you own that you haven't watched. You have a whole like shelf, right? The whole thing.
I probably have like a whole like shelf. Yeah, that's how I want to reorganize my movies instead of from ABC order to like things like that. Like put it on the top shelf, just put all the ones I haven't seen, like move them down or something. You know.
You know what I do? I just make them stick out more than the other ones. That's how you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like,
I feel you.
Pull them out a little more, you know? So you're just like, oh, that's right. I haven't watched that one yet.
Yeah, like a little reminder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You should do
because when there's a Criterion sale, I just buy a bunch of stuff and then I just put it on my shelf and I forget that I didn't watch it. So I have to like pull it out and sit there and just stare at which one, figure it out, close my eyes and grab one.
You need to join me for the next my next Blu-ray haul.
Oh yeah,
you show your Blu-rays and stuff like that too. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I will. No, nobody's gonna like my Criterions. I'm gonna be talking about French New Wave.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. I think people are being a little more open now to movies like that, like more obscure movies. Fortunately, but a little bit later. But I think people are being more open-minded. I've noticed.
Good. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen too much of it online in the spaces that I've seen. It seems like it really is. There's no people kind of just write off indie stuff or foreign stuff or even older movies or older foreign films is sort of just like, that's just weird. Don't care. I don't want to figure that out. But then they'll go like see Tenet and be like, oh, that was so weird. But because it was weird is why I liked it. And Tenet's not really that weird. It's just, I see a lot of that. And there's nothing wrong with liking Tenet or anything like that. What I'm saying is that it's like a strange thing. It's just a strange dynamic I see. Like, just like you can like everything. You just watch everything.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, I think me and John have talked about this before, right? That there's people that go to the movies just, butt in the seat, want to get entertained. And then there's people that actually like film or love film. And I think that's the distinction because if you're a film lover, you can find beauty in all these like weird movies. Like you're just like, what? But you see like the inspiration and, the all the things that make film great. And yeah, like you're right. There are people that are just like, oh, I just want to go to the movie, watch something to get my mind entertained, and that's it.
Yeah, which is not a problem. But I'm saying in terms of having that kind of attitude, though. But if you're like, let's say, someone who writes about film or is talking about film, that's sort of just, I think that's limiting for your audience. If your audience is just watching someone who's just like, yeah, I don't go to the movies to watch something like The Lobster. That's too. I go to just watch, Christopher Nolan movies. It's like, well, though Christopher Nolan himself would even disagree with you in that. He would even tell you to go watch The Lobster and other stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like, why wouldn't those films make you want to explore or go even deeper into film, as opposed to just kind of be like, I'm only Marvel, DC, and Christopher Nolan or whatever,
Yeah.
And I just see a lot of that with people who talk about film, and it's just sort of frustrating because it's like, oh, well, now your audience is just going to think that that's all that there is, when there really isn't. There's a lot of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff, really.
Yeah.
You gotta call out those YouTubers right now. Make a list.
You don't want me to.
Several come to mind already.
Yeah,
I know. Surprisingly, like when you were saying that, I was just like thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I think I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, and I think that's funny because when you and I, John, first started, we had talked about making the channel more geared towards obscure movies, right? Or more Criterion, stuff like that. But you're right. Yeah, sometimes like if we put up a review for a movie that's like that, it only got like 100 views, as opposed to John talking about, something more popular and it would get thousands. So yeah, that makes complete sense. Like I understand that. I think that's just the way it is. Even with anything else, art, music,
Yeah,
popular stuff is just gonna be more popular. But
yeah, because it would just be nice, like you have those colliders and Screen Junkies or whatever.
Yeah.
If they just sort of sprinkled that stuff in there with their big Marvel stuff, then people would sort of gradually, see that as stuff that they would like too.
Yeah.
I just want to look at the chat really quick because I see we have a few people. Let me see. Robert said that Video Paraiso is opening up tomorrow. He's excited.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to address that too. I saw their Instagram post, I think yesterday. So I was like, all right, cool. Like I'll tell that to everybody today. So I'm working tomorrow, but I'll probably stop by sometime this week with Alex.
I'm sure Robert's gonna be there.
Video P is like our kind of a video rental store over here near us in Claremont. And they also like sell like movies, used movies and stuff like that. New ones. Now they started selling like books and posters. So
nice. So like cool. A mom and pop kind of place?
Yeah, mom and pop.
Cool. That's cool.
Cute. The Professional is awesome. Yes, I agree.
I keep going like this because like when you set up my camera's right in front and I can't see the chat. So,
I
know nobody was asking, but still.
I noticed. I was like, "What's up with John?" Put a post-it on it. I'm assuming he's talking about movies,
like when we haven't seen or something.
Yeah, make a mental note, John.
Akira Kurosawa. I probably just butchered that, but his films are so powerful.
Yep, they are.
I bet you guys can agree. I don't think I've seen one.
John, all right, that's it, John.
You're killing him. He's not going to want to come on here anymore.
You've got to watch at least one, all right? One Kurosawa film.
Jordan just canceled.
Yep, you are officially canceled.
At least watch The Hidden Fortress. That's what George Lucas stole Star Wars from.
What about, the one I picked up, I think the only one I have actually is Seven Samurai. Is that a good place to start?
Oh, yeah, that's a great place to start. It's like a 3-hour movie, but it's a great place to start.
And then Eddie S says, "What's up, everyone?" Robert says, "Hi, Gangster Puffs. Hola. I hope he's enjoying Cyberpunk."
He is.
Audrey.
He's obsessed.
I have about 30 Criterions I haven't watched, and he goes like this. That's me, dude. I probably have all my Criterions still unopened. Out of like 40. All right, so he has a better batting average than me.
At least you're getting them. At least he's getting Criterions. That's good.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I quickly wanted to go back to like something we were talking about. Like there's like the audience is like divided. Like a lot of people like big blockbusters. Like there's a very little bit of us that like all of us, but I think everybody likes drugs. Let's talk about drugs. I'm just kidding. Imagine we're gonna talk about the real talk drugs. Take the real talk. Take drugs.
Well, I think later on, Deerskin, we could talk about how good it'll probably be if you're on drugs. Deerskin. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. That is that I would have loved to see that in theaters. I would have loved to see it in theaters, like in the Lemley at Claremont, Audrey, like a nice little theater thing. Like,
that'd be cool. That's a cool experience.
Yeah, that would have been on drugs in the theater for sure.
Oh, yeah, it was a crazy movie, but we'll talk about that later.
Sorry, John, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go
Oh no,
ahead,
no, you're good.
Oh yeah, what
That-
were you saying? Sorry.
That's all. I mean, I didn't. I just wanted to acknowledge the comment. I wasn't like gonna have a whole section.
Oh,
Manuel says, "Peace. What's up, Manuel? How's it going, bro? How's your birthday?" His birthday was on Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Apparently, it's called too. Remembrance Day.
Pearl Harbor Day.
Mm-hmm.
The Michael Bay movie?
Like,
No,
that's a real thing.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm a cinephile. I only know movies.
He's like, that's how I go. That's how I get my history.
The only history I know is film, buddy. Sorry,
That's how I learned to live through movies.
Imagine, I'm pretty sure there's like a kid out there who's like their parents just they don't let them go outside, but just watch movies.
Yeah.
That was me. My babysitters were movies. My parents would just take me to Blockbuster and like let me pick out 2 movies, and that was it. Like I never went outside. I wasn't an outdoorsy kid. I was just watching movies.
Yeah, nobody wanted me outside, so I just sit inside watching movies.
You're like, all right, I'm just gonna be inside.
All the kids are like, "Get back inside!" And I'm like, "All right." So let's watch movies.
Yeah, no,
It's cool,
for
though.
sure. Yeah,
I think
fun.
we were
Look at me
all
now.
latchly kids.
But look at me now, huh?
Funny, still stuck in my house.
That's probably why my social skills are trash, because I was just always by myself.
Not even Audrey. When we met, you introduced yourself to me. You're all talkative. I was kind of like, damn.
Because shut up. No, I was like super shy too. But anyhow, so Jordan, just going back, because this is my first time meeting you. So I just am curious. I want to know, you mentioned earlier that you did that challenge where you like watched a bunch of movies. So what made you want to do that? Like, were you like, I just want to get more educated on all movies, or were you like what made you want to dive into that?
Well, the real reason is kind of a really snarky one. I really just wanted to kind of go against that list. I wanted to watch those movies and be like, nope, I bet you these movies are not that good. I bet you, Citizen Kane and all these movies that are on here, especially the older ones, are not that good. And then I watched it and I was like, oh no, I'm wrong. So a lot of it was sort of just mostly educating myself, as opposed to just sort of getting out of my own taste, I guess. I have a taste, so I usually will watch a preview of something and be like, I know I'm not going to like that, so I won't see it. And I'm trying to sort of get out of that. I've been trying to like just watch something. If people praise it, I should just watch it. Like I didn't watch Palm Springs because so many people were talking about how they liked it. That one that was on Hulu with Andy Samberg at the beginning of the year. So many people were like praising it, and I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, it just looks like a kind of Groundhog Day kind of movie. I don't need to watch it. I should have watched it, but I didn't. And so I'm trying to get past that. So that was sort of challenging myself to sort of get out of my taste, and also just to educate myself on what's out there and just know that there was movies made before The Dark Knight, that a lot of people don't realize that.
Right.
And we started in 2008 with The Dark Knight.
Well, okay. Well, that makes sense. That's pretty cool because it kind of took a turn. Like he was going into being like, these aren't going to be good. And then you came out being like, oh shit, they're actually really good. They're actually amazing. So that's that's really cool.
Like a lot of older 40s films, like, It Happened One Night, and just these sort of black and white films. I was just sort of like, I bet you people are just praising these because they haven't seen them recently. It's just something to praise because that's what you have to praise. There's just these set of films that are just always going to be on that list. But I watched them and they're great. They're great films. They're on that list for a reason. So that's why I recommend doing stuff like that, because people will have these lists that you're like looking at films being like, I bet those aren't any good, and it could change your mind. So
that's really cool. I really like that story.
Me and Audrey were trying to do something like that. I know we did the IMDb like top 250, but then again there was like an American list, there was like a foreign list, and then that list always changed. And we wanted something like that our viewers can like go along with, So we started the AFI one, and then I think I don't know what happened, but that was like last year, I think.
Yeah, we just stopped.
I feel like one of the problems was like a lot of those movies are older and they're still not like on Blu-ray, or they're not streaming anywhere or something, so it's kind of hard to find. I think that's what happened to like one of the movies.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true. A lot of them are streaming now for sure.
No,
I know that because there's so many streaming services now that have so many movies. It's just a matter of looking for them. It's just unfortunate that you go on Netflix and all they advertise to you is the stuff you've seen a million times. They don't really show you the kind of newer stuff that they have, or the smaller stuff that they have on there. So
yeah,
you got to kind of look for it. So that was my thing. I just wanted to broaden my horizons, which I'm trying to get everyone to do. That's why I started the Criterion Cult podcast. I think
that's really cool
because we talk about Criterion films, and those are the films that are the ones that are supposedly the best. Criterion's preserving them because they're supposedly the best ever. They're the ones that matter the most. So we're going through those, and then also we bring films that we think should be in the Criterion collection. And like for instance, I brought This Is the End, the Seth Rogen movie. Like that's not one that I think that's not one I think a lot of people would consider a Criterion film, but I think I made a pretty good argument for it in the podcast. So that's kind of what we're trying to do, is get people to know that you can watch Criterion movies and This Is the End from, what I mean? Like it all still goes together, because we try to pair them with a Criterion movie that sort of makes sense with it. So yeah.
That's really cool. I really like that.
Audrey, do you have a movie that you think should be added to the Criterion collection?
Oh yeah, plenty, but right now my brain is shot. I can't think.
I thought I said Blood In, Blood Out. I don't know, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
That's an important part of. You know what? I don't
Our
know why.
culture.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but Blood In, Blood Out is not my favorite of like the whole Cholo series, because I always preferred Boulevard Nights. That's my movie. Yeah. I always preferred Boulevard Nights, and then I would probably go with American Me, and then Blood In, Blood Out. I don't really care for Blood In, Blood Out.
I would go Blood In, Blood Out second, but I actually might down the line do a Boulevard Nights episode of the Criterion Cult. I might bring that to the collection, because that's a
great movie.
Yeah, it's just one of but unfortunately you just can't find it anywhere. I literally just have it on a bootleg DVD because I literally got from a guy who was in Boulevard Nights.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the actor Danny De La Paz, he like signs out the DVD and he hands them out to fans all the time when he goes to car shows and stuff like that. And that's how I was able to get the movie for my dad. Nice. But yeah, if you try and look for it, it's like really hard to find.
Yeah, I know it's not streaming anywhere for sure.
So. Oh no. Yeah. And you see, that's a tragedy, because I think that movie should be seen by everyone.
No, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
But Blood In, Blood Out is a good one as well. I would definitely say John has a good argument for that for sure.
Yeah.
What about Sucker Punch for Criterion?
You see, that's one that Ben made me watch, because I had reservations about it, because I heard it. I was like, I had this whole thing about it, but Ben made me watch it. He's like, you have to watch it so you can like make up your own opinion about it. And it wasn't great, but I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I watched it, because I was like, okay, well, now I can at least for sure say I saw it and I didn't like it for these reasons,
Yeah, I'd have to hear a pretty good argument for Sucker Punch to be in Criterion. I didn't hate the movie, but I don't know if I don't even know if it should get a steelbook release.
Like, not even a steelbook.
Oh man. It looks like we got one from Eddie S. Says, where can I listen to your argument for This Is the End joining Criterion? Or could you give a few points? I'm curious.
You could listen to the Criterion Cult podcast on Spotify and iTunes. It's like one of our 4th episodes, I think. So we paired it with this film called It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, which is this old comedy that has literally like everyone, like Don Knotts, just all those sort of older comedic talents. And they're all trying to chase after this bag of money. And they're trying to dig up this treasure. And it sort of reminded me of This Is the End, because it's sort of all these talented comedians coming together in this sort of end of the world scenario where they're doing all these crazy situations. And I mean, just a quick little argument for it. I mean, we haven't had anything like that in the culture. There hasn't been this mix of comedic actors that are as important as Rogen, all those guys, James Franco, all those people in one film where they skew themselves. I don't know. I think that's pretty Criterion worthy. It doesn't look great. It's sort of done on digital. I can't really say much for the cinematography, but in terms of story wise, in terms of its importance in comedy, I think it deserves to be there.
And also, you can't forget the argument of the legendary band Backstreet Boys. Come on.
There you go. Yeah, we got to get the Backstreet Boys in the collection for sure. There's no reason why they shouldn't be in there.
No, for some reason that's always one I always go back to because I love that concept too. There's like all of them playing themselves like a little, like a little. There's other comedians there too, like Jason C, like little cameos. Like I just love that movie for like, and then I know there was gonna be like there was talks of there being a sequel where like they're at the premiere of This Is the End, like something happened. Really? Yeah, like it seemed like good. A pretty cool idea, but they're all like busy now. Like they're all directors and stuff now. But Gangster Pup said, "I'm kidding about Sucker Punch. Oh. Maybe Scott Pilgrim."
Oh yeah.
Does this cocaine smell funny too? That's a great movie. I really enjoy it.
I love it just for that little reunion alone, for the Superbad reunion.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah, Danny McBride in that is just a comedic.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we literally have all those comedians unleashed as like what we see them as. They literally played what the audience thinks they are outside of their movies. Like that's who we think they are. Like, no, what other people really do that? You know, what famous people at the level that they are at would do something like that.
Yeah. For sure. I love that movie too.
Yeah. Well, I was seeing like a really interesting argument, so for sure check it out. You said on Spotify and where else? I'm sorry.
And also just Apple iTunes.
Oh, okay, Apple. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. So I mean, I would definitely be interested in listening to that.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's fun to argue with people about why a movie shouldn't be in a Criterion Collection when you have no right to say so.
Right. Yeah.
But it's still fun. It's just fun. We our latest episode actually. I'm gonna just promote it really quick. We did The Princess Bride, which is on Criterion, and we did the Walter Hill film Streets of Fire. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's like this 80s film. It's like a rock and roll kind of fairy tale kind of thing. He did Walter Hill did The Warriors, so it's kind of like The Warriors in that sense. And we were split down the middle. This is the first time on an episode that we didn't vote it in or out. It was split. So we're asking people to sort of listen to the episode and hear the arguments and vote for, see if we let it in or out. We're going to let the audience decide if you've seen Streets of Fire, or just listen to the arguments. I don't know, but Streets of Fire is good. You could you just rent it though. It's not streaming anywhere, but you could rent it like on any Amazon or whatever. But I would check, John, that's your homework. Check out Streets of Fire, and I want you to vote.
All right, for sure. I will. Streets of Fire.
John, let's see if you watch it. Can't even watch Sound of Metal all the way through.
I know. I finished it that day of the podcast though.
Yeah, I know.
It's
you didn't send me your full review though, like you said you were.
Oh, I know. My bad. I gave you the
rating. Yeah,
my rating. Yeah, 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
nice. Same here. Yeah, 4 out of 5 for that.
Yeah,
I sent you Riz Ahmed. He just what was it? He got like voted. Like best performance or like something like that. It was like an IndieWire. They like. Released or something.
Yeah, he was just saying thank you for all the love and support.
Yeah, so, he was pretty good in that. So far, I haven't seen another performance that I'm like, okay, like.
Well, you see, he was in Venom, and it was like, oh god, and then he's in this, and people are like, oh, he can act. He did.
Imagine if you'd never seen Tom Hardy before and you just saw him in Venom.
Yeah, right. I know, right? You're like, damn, this can't be the same guy that's in. No.
Yeah, no, not at all. He just reminds me of Vincent D'Onofrio from Men in Black when he's like the bug guy. That's what I would have thought. That's who I would have thought Tom Hardy was in Venom. That's exactly how he is the whole time.
Yeah,
it's not good.
I just recently saw a movie with Tom Hardy. Crap, I'm forgetting the name. Ben, if you're still in the chat, can you help me out? What's the movie we watched with Tom Hardy?
What was it about? Lawless.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah. Wow. That was a good guess. Yeah. I had never watched it, but Ben told me that it was pretty good with Shia.
Our boy Shia. Well, he's like involved in some legal stuff, but
yeah, I
don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true.
He said it was true. He came out and said that.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, he said it was true, John.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately, I know we all like Shia.
Is in it too.
I mean, look, I huge Shia fan in terms of his art. I mean, screw him as a person. He's a piece of trash. Obviously, if he's doing that stuff, but that's not. I'm not going to just like not like his performance in Honey Boy or something. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, but I'm not going to defend him or anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know how to do that.
Yes, exactly. I think there's a thin line where people just can't, like, they don't know, like it's like black or white. Like they're like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm gonna forget that he ever acted in
Right.
Hold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, going back to Lawless, yeah, I would check that film out with Mr. Tom Hardy, and he did pretty good. I really enjoyed it.
Mia would you something's in it too. It has a pretty good cast. That one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Jessica
Guy
good. Yeah,
Pearce,
Guy
Gary
Pearce.
Oldman.
dude, Guy Pearce was that fool. I don't know why he hasn't won an Oscar because he's incredible in everything.
In that movie, he's just a dick. Like you just want to like sock him in the face. He's horrible. But yeah, it's a good movie. You've never seen it, John?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you have. Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you hadn't. I was like, I don't want to spoil it. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lawless is good, especially everybody. I think the performances are what makes it stand out the most. Everyone's just good in it. You got that Tom Hardy mumble. You got those Shia LaBeouf shy eyes. You know, you got it all. It's everything.
Yeah.
And then Jason Clarke just being Jason Clarke, just being the guy and everything.
Yeah, that's right. They all play brothers.
Yeah, they're all brothers. Which Jason Clarke, I was like, look, he's come a long way from starring in American Olsen movie back in the 90s, and he's a great actor. He came out recently also in Devil All the Time, which I really enjoyed him in.
Yeah, he was really good in that. Yeah, he comes in like he's like one of those clutch actors that if he's in like an ensemble, you know, he's gonna like carry it. Like he's gonna be good.
Yeah. He does really good. So I was like, wow.
In Terminator Genesis.
I knew you were gonna say that, John. I knew it. I just knew it.
I'm just like good at pointing everybody's little little thing in the.
You like watching?
Time Machine is my favorite Guy Pearce movie. Criterion. Time Machine is good. I recently saw that too, and it was pretty cool.
I have not seen it.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
H.G. Wells one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's based on their story, but
did you watch it, John?
I've seen it a long time ago, and I recently watched like the beginning of it, like somewhere. I don't know where I was, but it was like I don't know. It was like the beginning of it.
Yeah. It's a pretty good movie too. Definitely made me appreciate Guy Pearce.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen The Rover yet, that's an amazing Guy Pearce performance. That's what he should have won an Oscar for. Him and Robert Pattinson are both really great in that. Yeah,
I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, it's a really good A24 film. I mean, unfortunately, the director did a bunch of crap after, but I don't know if you guys ever saw Animal Kingdom. That's kind of where, that's the director who did that one.
Oh, cool.
He did something else recently, no? I think that's why I saw The Rover, because I was like, oh, okay, like this is an A24 film, a good cast. Like, I need to check it out anyways. But I think he was like coming out with something else, and that's why I wanted to check it out.
He did that horrible movie on Netflix called War Machine with Brad Pitt. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, it's not. There was nothing to finish. Yeah, that movie is not good. Yeah.
I think I was just excited for the cast, like Brad Pitt, and also
like Lakeith Stanfield was in it. It was like a great cast, but just wasted.
Talent. So, Jordan, I'm curious, what's the last movie you watched that you had to turn off, like you couldn't finish it because it was just not doing it for you? Has there been a case like that?
Yes, actually, that's funny that you bring that up. So, it's funny because you guys actually, I think you brought this film up in a previous conversation a while back. I think you had said, Audrey, that you bought it or you were going to buy it, which is Valerie and Her Week of Wonders.
Yes,
it's on the Criterion Collection. And that movie just sort of made me really uncomfortable.
Really?
Yeah, just because I just didn't like. Once I found out how old the girl was that was in it and the situations they were putting it in, I was just kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really want to watch this. It just sort of, and also I wasn't intrigued enough in the story to kind of keep going, you know? So I just sort of was like, I mean, I finished it, but like, not really. I've never actually like turned off a movie and stopped watching it. I've just sort of tuned out, I guess is what you could say. Like towards the end, I sort of was just on my phone and just doing other things while it was on, because we were supposed to talk about it for the podcast. So it's just I would say that one, and also this other movie called Hagazusa, which is a witch movie that is really bad. That's just it was on, but again, I just walked out of the room because I didn't care about what was going on. So
there's definitely some movies like that.
I did want to ask you about that because I mean, this is obviously. I was wondering about a female perspective about Valerie and Her Week of Wonders, and that, like, how do you feel kind of about that situation. I mean, not that you have to be like against it or anything. Not that I'm just kind of wondering. It just made me sort of uncomfortable. Not in like, we got to cancel this director or something. But you know what I mean? I just felt like sort of, this is just sort of strange. I'm not really interested in the story. And they have this young girl who's in these really adult situations that I don't,
Yeah. I mean, and it's funny because it actually has been talked about being a feminist movie. I think just because the witch aspect of it. But yeah, the whole aspect of her being underage and stuff like that. I want to say this is the first movie that I've seen that has like a premise like that. But when you watch a lot of these movies, especially foreign movies, I feel like they have a different moral compass than Americans.
No, they do. They also unfortunately have different like age consent things. And,
So for me, that kind of helps me in a way because I'm like, okay, like I can kind of see this. So for me, that part didn't really disturb me, so to speak.
Okay.
I was just more into the story, and I love the whole like setting. I think I like it more for like cinematography wise, and I just think it's a really interesting movie to watch.
Okay.
But because I have other movies like that I know are sketchy, and I'm just like, damn, what does this say about me as a person? But like I say, I try and think like, okay, the directors, maybe they were pieces of shit. Because there's a movie that I really love also that's called Blue is the Warmest Color, and it's like one of my favorite films of all time. But that director was also like under a lot of scrutiny because they said that he like tortured them, like he would make them like work like hours on end, and he would make them do things that they didn't want to do necessarily. But then I did more investigating, and the actresses come out in interviews saying like, no, like that's like we were all like we all had a consensus that it was fine, like, So for me, it's just always been kind of like back and forth. I like to do my research really in depth as much as I can.
For sure. But,
But I just feel like foreign movies, some are just like, they can get away with a lot than here in America can. So yeah, but I can see why you would be like, this is not, this makes you feel uncomfortable.
Or just like, it's just like, for instance, one of my hosts on the podcast, he has a wife and a kid. And we didn't know anything about this movie. It was just one that came up for the podcast. And, he was just like, he like texts all of us in the group chat, like, what are you guys making me watch right now? My wife just walked in. She thinks I'm watching like, like some like weird, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, like I can understand that perspective, someone seeing you watch that and be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, no, I can totally see that. I'm pretty sure my boyfriend's thought that many times when he's walked in on me, like, what are you watching? But yeah, no, I do appreciate that movie though, just for the things that it did in that time. And I really like like I said before, the way it was shot and the scenes. It's a very psychedelic movie.
Well, that's good. Yeah, and that's another thing too. We also just wanted a female perspective on it too, because we're just on the podcast. We're just 4 dudes, so it's kind of, we were wondering what any sort of female that would watch it, how they felt about it, because I imagine it'd be totally different. So that's just a good perspective to have on it now. I should probably watch it and just finish it, just to see it as like,
Yeah. No, I agree. There's like movies like that though that do make you feel really uncomfortable, and Criterion's pretty infamous for it.
Yeah, no, they've got quite a few. I mean, and that's the thing, I could sit through Antichrist. I don't know if you guys seen that, but that's unbelievably uncomfortable in a lot of ways. And
yeah,
so
that's a good one too. One that I actually bought that I haven't gotten around to watching it again is Martyrs, just because I can't bring myself to watching it again. But I wanted to have it because I really like that movie. But I could go on another spiel about that movie as well. But that's another movie that I just can't bring myself to necessarily sitting through, like, because it's really painful to watch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
so I've never.
Martyrs?
Huh?
Which one is Martyrs again?
I think I've talked about it here too, or I put it on the list for Halloween about well, I don't want to give it away. It's let me see if I can show you the cover. Hold on. I think I have it.
Also, I've never just stopped a movie, but I've never started a Max Landis movie. If that that's sort of the same thing. I won't start a Max Landis movie.
This one, John, because there's an American version.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the American version, I've never seen it, but I don't really know if I would watch it. Maybe.
Jordan, what about this? Cats and Criterion Collection win.
Nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck yeah, cats.
The butthole edition.
Yeah, no.
That's like that's worse than Antichrist and Valerie and Her Week of Wonders. That's something that no one should sit through and watch. That's they should be put in. They should be put on trial for those effects. Somebody should.
That and Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Which one?
Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Oh.
I literally laughed out loud when I seen that. Like, I think it was like a little clip or something.
No,
they're gonna change it, right? They're gonna do the same thing as Sonic, right? They're gonna change it because everyone was complaining. I think they're doing that.
I haven't seen anything. I know people were complaining, but I haven't seen like if they're gonna change it or something. But
yeah, I think they're gonna change it. I think enough 40-year-old men complained online, so they're gonna change Clifford the Big Red Dog his color.
Like we're getting that, but like think about how many other like little films we could have gotten with all the money that went into Clifford and Big Red Dog. That's the same thing I was saying for the Justice League reboot or whatever, the remake. Not the remake, the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut.
All those millions of dollars could have gone to like smaller films.
Yeah.
You're not excited about the Snyder cut, John? Don't lie.
I'm gonna watch it, but to be honest, man, like what could they like? They can't possibly make it like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else he could do to it to make it not be horrible, unless he literally just reshot the whole thing with a whole new script, with a whole new cast, a whole new crew,
just a whole new movie,
and a whole new director.
Either because it's like it's not gonna go anywhere either way. It's like
that's true.
I'd just rather get like new stories from those characters, you know.
Yeah,
that's just me. I know there's people excited, like really excited.
Well, yeah.
Have you guys watched a trailer for Nobody, the movie with Bob Odenkirk? I just watched it, like it was on a football game or something. I watched it.
I have. It's
away, though.
It's like a comedy, a history of violence, right?
Yeah, I think so. Something like that. Or like people like John Wick.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's just like I don't know if you guys seen a history of violence, but how it's about that mob killer who's pretending to be a family man, and then he gets found out. That's pretty much what this is. He's like a hitman, right, for the mob, Bob Odenkirk, and then he does something like a violent act, and he gets found out by his mob people where he's at, so they come to kill him. I think it's the same thing.
Yeah,
but it looks good though. It looks interesting.
Yeah, I like Bob. Bob's pretty cool.
Yeah, Bob Odenkirk is cool.
It's longer since it's supposed to be 4 hours long, like 4 episodes or something like that. I think he's talking about the Snyder Cut.
Oh, right. Yeah.
4 hours.
Speaking of the Snyder Cut, I think we should talk about HBO Max and Deerskin.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
No, like I was trying to transition, you know,
to Deerskin, which was recommended by Jordan.
Yes.
So overall, what do y'all think?
Well, how'd you find out about this movie, Jordan? Did you it was just like on your list or something, or like the director?
Well, it's because of the director, Quentin Dupieux. I don't speak French, so I'm probably butchering that really bad. But he started off his career by doing a film called Rubber. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that movie.
The tire that kills people? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rubber?
Yeah.
Was Robin Williams?
Right.
That shit's fucking nuts.
Yeah, so I've always just been interested in his the stuff I've never really like fully enjoyed one of his films. I've liked aspects of them and think they have like cool things to them. This is the first movie I actually was able to sit back and be like, oh, I really, really enjoy it the whole way through. Whereas like Rubber and the other stuff that he has, they have cool concepts and cool moments, but as a movie as a whole, I couldn't stick with it. So that's why I always just follow directors and try to keep up with them and see what they're putting out. So
yeah. When I found out that it has oh, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that when I saw that it was the same director for Rubber, I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be crazy." I was like, "Oh man," I was like, "Hopefully this is," because I saw the cover and I was like, "Wow, this actually looks pretty normal for him." So
yeah, I think it's probably his most like toned down of all his stories. All his other movies get pretty wacky, like really crazy.
Yeah.
But Oh yeah, and also I wanted to watch it because I don't like the guy from The Artist, and this gave me a reason to like him because he's actually really good in this. The
Mm.
main actor. I saw The Artist, and I was like, I don't ever want to see this man in a movie again because that movie was so boring. And so, but yeah, but he's so good in this. Yeah, in Deer Street. So
Jean
that was another reason.
Dujardin or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dujardin.
John
John,
Dujardin,
something
like
like
that.
that.
So when the film ended, like, what was your first like initial thought to both of you?
You go first, John. I want to hear yours first.
No, I just thought about like, well, it's typical of girls to kind of set you up. You know what I'm saying?
Dick, you would say that. Oh
No,
my God.
I don't know. I didn't expect that. Obviously, what happens at the end, I thought this movie was hilarious too, and like in so many ways. So I thought it was like came full circle. Like, you know, I don't want to. Should we just get into like full on spoilers?
I thought that's what we were doing.
Okay, well, when the little kid, you know, he's just like following. I thought we just saw the last of him, you know, and just kind of like come full circle. He got his pops now, you know, and I guess just flat out just shoots him. I knew something was gonna happen to him though. Like I had that feeling like, right when he was going up the mountain, film me. I knew something. Like I thought a deer was gonna just like come and ram him or something.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool. I want to see a sequel with that girl, the waitress.
I want to see a whole movie about that kid and his dad and the kind of shit they get into.
Yeah.
Because that kid's just being creepy like that and getting rocks thrown at his head, and he just goes, and his dad just willing to shoot somebody for it. They must live a crazy life. Yeah. That must be a crazy movie to watch.
Oh my God. Yeah,
that's what I thought. I was like, oh man, that's like I thought that was just like the coolest ending ever. Because I was like, I wasn't sure how he would end something like this. I was like, how is he going to end this? There's got to be a way that this guy, this jacket, he doesn't get the jacket anymore. That's all I could think of, is that he doesn't have the jacket anymore, and that's perfect. He gets shot in the head by some kid's dad that he threw a rock at. Like that's great. Like that's
yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed that too. Like it just ended, and I was like, wow, all right. I was like, I just watched that. Cool.
Yeah.
That was my thought. I was like, damn, that was dope, because it was pretty funny too. Like I like the humor aspect to it.
Yeah.
Pretty dark. It definitely gave me a Yorgos feel. Yeah, I don't know if it was maybe the music or the way it was shot. I don't know, but I was like, I feel like I'm watching it Yorgos.
No, that's true. It did have that vibe a lot, for sure. Especially just sort of like characters and stuff that he interacts with and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And just his reactions to stuff too is also funny. I think it's starting off with him getting rid of his old jacket by trying to flush it down a toilet in the public is hilarious. Like that. Yeah. That's just a great way to, like, that's when I knew that, oh, I'm going to enjoy this movie. Like, this is great.
Yeah.
It's such like an odd thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, you don't like your jacket anymore, so you're going to flush it down the toilet and just flood the restroom. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I just like this concept. I think that's a really cool concept of, you get this jacket and you're so like, oh, I'm such this person in this jacket that it talks to you and it tells you I should be the only jacket in the world. You need to go get rid of all the other jackets. And so your jacket causes you to go on a murdering spree, which you film yourself doing, and you're filming yourself murdering someone, but yet you feel comfortable enough to ask some random bartender to edit it for you. And you're giving her footage of the murder, and she's so down with it because she just wants to edit and she thinks it's so cool. Like, I think that's just I think that's a great concept that in other people's hands might have been done in a really kind of lame way. It wouldn't have gone in the way that I think this does, where it keeps that perfect balance of humor, but it still has sort of a seriousness. I mean, it's violent enough to where you're just like, oh, like he's really going around beating the shit out of people for their jackets, even though it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of directors, like I think Yorgos would have done great with this, but a lot of other directors I don't think would have kept that tone throughout the whole thing, and especially have that perfect punchline at the end. I mean, that's just the perfect button to the whole joke of that movie, is that ending. So that's why I really liked it. It's just, it's something that, again, a concept that you don't really see too much of, and if you do, it's sort of done in maybe a schlocky horror kind of concept way. It's not really done in this type of way, so I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And what I really enjoyed too is that it wasn't overcomplicated. Like when I first read the synopsis, I was like, oh man, I was like, I hope it's not something like super bizarre where I can't even like wrap my brain around it. No, it was quite literally like what it is what it is, like it's the jacket talking to him that, So I thought that was really cool. I really appreciated that. I also like the fact that he used a fan blade to kill people, which was
by just opening the door in the highway.
Yeah, and I really like that part where like the girl's like, "Oh, like I need directions," and then he's just like, and you just see her like her expression. That was crazy.
Cool.
Yeah. So looking back on the movie, yeah, I agree. I think it was done well to where it didn't come off as campy, because it could have gone campy real quick.
Yeah. That's what I sort of thought it was going to go into. I thought it was going to just start to go off the rails, like in the worst way. But it doesn't really go off the rails. It sort of stays what it is until that ending, which is great. So, and then also it was nice to see what's her name, Adele Hanele from Portrait of a Lady on Fire, do something like this. Just because I've never seen her, and I don't think I've seen her in anything else besides Portrait of a Lady on Fire. So it was cool to just see her in something like just violent and comedic like this, and not so serious.
Yeah, she did pretty good. I really enjoyed her too in this. So overall, what was your rating, John? Starting with you.
I don't know. I don't think I've given it a rating yet, but it's kind of hard to just say like, oh, like I really liked it, so I'm just gonna give it like a 4 or something,
Okay, well, better question. Do you recommend it?
Oh yeah, I recommend it.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I think I would recommend it too. What about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it 4 out of 5. I really liked it a lot, and I would recommend it to anybody who would listen to me about a movie that has this concept. A lot of people might be turned off by the concept right off the bat, but I think if you stick with it, you'll be rewarded. It's just fun. It's just if you're just able to kind of sit back and watch like something as dumb as like Deadpool, why can't you just watch something like this? You know what I mean? Why can't you just let this sort of take you over? But you know what I mean? It's just a lot of people just seem to have problems when I tell them like, oh, watch something like Deerskin, and I tell them the concept. They're like, why would I watch that? That doesn't sound like anything.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
Yeah, let me watch Hillbilly Elegy on Netflix. That sounds better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, well, I mean, you could watch both. Like, you could enjoy both. Both are, it's a weird concept, but if you give it a chance, I recommend it to everyone. I'm going to tell my mom and my grandma to watch this.
Yeah, no, I definitely recommend it too. I think it was a cool movie, and it's short. It's like an hour.
Yeah,
so.
It was like just over an hour long.
I'm like, it was a fun little watch, like to just pop in at the end of the night, and I just checked it out. It was really cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, if you have HBO Max, it's just right there. So,
what happened to the first Bill person? He just offed himself.
Oh yeah.
Like, I kept thinking about it. Like, was maybe like did the jacket do it or something? I don't know, because it like as a way for him to keep like staying there because he was like tied on money and stuff. I don't know. Like, I was just thinking like way too much about it.
Yeah, because he was just like there on the bed, right?
Like, he like committed suicide. I was like, what?
Like, all right.
Yeah, cool. All right, like, not that that's cool, but it's just like, all right, like this is how
Yeah,
the jacket was working in mysterious ways. It needed to get that hat from him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he kept upgrading. He got a hat, and then the gloves, and the boots, and the pants.
He had the whole thing.
Had to be 100% real deerskin, or else no go.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm glad you guys picked this instead of the Arch Enemy one, because I only picked that one because it was a little newer. But this Deerskin is much better film. Much better.
Oh, well, that's true. You watched the other one as well. So you didn't like the other one?
No, not really. No.
Okay. Well, good thing we passed, John.
Yeah, I know, and I really wanted to like make an effort and watch both of them. Yeah. But I was like, knowing me, I'm just gonna have to like watch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing you, I'm surprised you even watched one. That's or at least the whole way through.
I know. I still want to watch the other one because again, my pal Joe, we were in Magic Mike together. So
yeah,
I saw that he was in that, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But I'm not.
What
interests you about Arch Enemy though, Jordan? Was it the cast, the director, just that it wasn't Beyond Fest, or?
Because Beyond Fest showed it. I usually Beyond Fest, all the times that I've gone there and saw stuff, it's always been good. They've never like let me down with anything.
Yeah,
but I think this year is pretty slow. Not a lot of stuff was being released, and that was kind of another reason. I just wanted something that was I knew for a fact it was new.
Yeah.
It wasn't just new to me. It was actually new this year. And I don't know. I saw a buzz about it on Twitter. People said it was pretty good, but they're all wrong. So, yeah.
The one I really want to watch was the one with Anthony Mackie and what's his name? It came out in Beyond Fest too. Like I think you told me you checked it out.
Synchronic.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I've been wanting to watch that one. I don't know if it's like available though yet. Like
I don't think so. I don't think it's been released on anything yet.
But you like that one?
I did. I enjoyed it. It's better for sure than Arch Enemy. It's got a really cool concept, and Anthony Mackie is like really good in it. But it sort of falls apart at the end in terms of where the story goes. But it's cool. It's got some cool visuals and stuff like that. So I would say definitely check that out if it is available.
And who was the other gentleman? There was like another guy. I think it was the guy from 50 Shades. No.
Yeah, James. I was hoping you wouldn't bring him up because then I'd have to say how bad he is in it. And, yeah, he's really bad in it. He's kind of the reason why the movie doesn't really work the whole way through, unfortunately, because he's kind of the emotional like weight of the movie, and he just can't act. It's unfortunate. Yeah. And whereas like Anthony Mackie, you could tell he can't act because Anthony Mackie's so good and so charismatic that it just makes him look like cardboard. Like he just looks so bad. So yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. 50 Shades of no thanks.
We came a long way from being Papa Doc to Falcon, and now I think he's been pretty solid over the years.
Yeah.
And damn, what was the other one? So I think out of Beyond Fest, your favorite was Possessor.
Yep. Yeah, Possessor. My favorite of the year so far.
That shows the trip.
Haven't really seen anything that's kind of, I mean, I saw it at the drive-in. It'd been better in a movie theater, but it was still a cool experience to sort of experience it with other people. It's funny because Beyond Fest is cool because when you're sitting there watching a movie in a theater, you kind of feel the vibe of everybody, especially when it's sort of genre films and there's like those big clapping moments or those big like fright, scary moments or those kind of, oh, wow moments. You don't really feel that in a drive-in because you're so separate from everybody and everyone's in their cars. But I felt like when I saw Possessor, I kind of really felt that vibe, like at that Beyond Fest for Possessor. Like it felt like everybody was sort of in tune the same way I was. Like we were all like, oh shit, like watching it, Whereas like my other experiences with drive-in theaters haven't really been like that. So.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were there. Me and Jordan were at the same time.
Oh, you went to the same showing?
Yeah.
Oh, dope. Oh, cool. Yep. That's really cool.
Pretty...
No, I actually saw it in theaters with like 2 other people in the theater. It was just me, Ben, and 2 other people in the back, I think. And I was like, wow, all right. This is cool. But yeah, it was definitely a good movie to watch, I think, in theaters. For sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have saw it in like a closed theater with like the sound system blaring and shit like that, but I had to be in my car. I had to be in my shitty Kia listening to my dirty windshield.
Just like tuning in. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's I mean, do you guys have a favorite movie of the year? Have you guys said what your favorite movie of the year is?
I haven't. No. It's hard like this year.
I hadn't really revisited any of them either. So that, and I kind of wanted that before, like, okay, hey, this is my absolute favorite of the year,
Yeah.
And I feel like I still haven't seen like a lot, and there's like a lot still coming out. And then like I know some movies are getting pushed back to like this movie called like 9 Days or something got pushed back. I was really excited for that. I really want to watch Black Bear. Soul is coming out too. I want to check out that one. But yeah, I still need a lot to see this year.
I take that back. I liked First Cow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, First Cow was good.
First Cow is probably like the highlight of my year. That's saying something, but it was a really good movie. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah, like for me, it's Possessor, Sound of Metal, First Cow, Kajillionaire was really good. What else did I see? Yeah,
I didn't know. Somewhere. Is it streaming somewhere?
Kajillionaire?
I don't know. I think I'm
talking about it like recently too. I was like, oh, okay, like that's a pretty cool. That's a name for a movie, But it was interesting.
It's cool. I mean, if you like quirky indie stuff, I don't know if you've ever seen Miranda July stuff. But was good though. I liked it, and also I'm thinking of ending things. That's probably one of my favorites of the year as well. So forgot
That
about
was Audrey's
one.
favorite.
Wait, didn't we talk about that on here on the podcast, John?
Yeah, I think we that's like one of them that we had to like watch and like talk about.
Yeah,
You weren't too big of a fan
I
of it.
wasn't.
I liked it. I don't feel like I liked it as much as other people, but I was on that end. Like I liked it.
Because you just don't get it, man. You
I
just
know.
don't get it. You're not a cinephile like me, bro.
Like, you know what? It's
kidding. I'm just
interesting because I didn't really care for the movie, but I love the book. So that's why I was kind of like, well, I mean, what? Like that doesn't make sense. I should have liked the movie.
No, that makes actually more sense because I haven't read the book, but for instance, I don't like Inherent Vice, but that's because I really love the book. And I can't get into the movie, even though I know they're not the same thing. It's still hard for me to kind of get into it. So, yeah, that makes sense. I need to read the book. I'll probably have a different perspective on it. I've heard it's pretty really different. Good.
Yeah. But are you guys looking forward to anything coming out?
Dune.
Yeah. Oh, Dune. Oh, I thought you said soon. Sorry. I was like, soon what?
No, Dune, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for Dune. I'm pretty excited for Dune too.
Yeah, that's kind of all I know that's coming out. I don't know. Everything's just sort of changing all the time. It's hard to tell.
I just saw one that's coming out called No Man Land or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? I forget her name. Crap, she's so good.
Frances McDormand.
Frances McDormand.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, yeah.
That one's getting a lot of praise. They're saying that she's headed for the Oscars. But it looks really good. I saw the trailer and I would want to definitely watch that.
I'm excited for that. Hopefully everyone will go watch that too because she directed The Eternals. Chloe Zhao, I believe is the name of the director. So all you MCU fans, go watch No Man's Land. It's part of the MCU. It connects to the universe. If you go watch it.
Yeah.
And then also, what is that other one it's with Steven Yeun. It's an A24 movie. I think it's called Minari. Yeah. I don't know if you guys seen it. That was good.
Too. I think it was supposed to be. It got like a festival release earlier this year, and it was supposed to be released already, but it kept getting pushed back.
It's actually playing at the Drive, the Mission Tiki.
Is it really now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Wow. All right. John's like, all right, I know what I'm doing later.
So is that movie Arch Enemy actually?
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying to go see it. I'm actually saying to avoid it. It's there. Yeah. Watch out for it. It's going to come out to you.
It's going to make me watch it. What about Pieces of a Woman with our boy?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say our boy.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Now, everything going on with Shia, let's see if that even gets the attention it probably deserves because of his shit. It's probably going to get clouded by all that, even though it's about, was it Vanessa Kirby? I think she's the one who's been getting most of the praise for it. Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully that overshadows his shit. And we just watch the movie and don't, because a lot of people are going to do what we were talking about earlier. They're like, well, I can't watch a movie with Shia now, like because he's an asshole, and they're not going to watch this movie. Whereas, like, no, you should watch it because of the artist behind it, like the actresses and everyone else. Yeah. But I'm excited for that one though.
Cornell something was the director. I believe is like foreign because he has a lot of other movies: Jupiter's Moon, Delta, White God.
That's right. He's the one who did that dog movie, White God.
Yeah.
Manuel said, I'm still waiting for A24 Saint Maud. I thought that came out.
That one premiered at Beyond Fest too, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that they were playing that actually at the drive-in too.
Yeah, because I could have sworn I saw it.
Alex watched it. I don't know if you got to see it, Jordan, but Alex said he liked it for the most part.
No, I didn't get to see that one. I wasn't really too excited about it, so I didn't want to pay money for it. Once it streams somewhere, I'll check it out. But
so, are you gonna watch Dune on your Nintendo DSi, like it was meant to be seen?
Yeah, on an old iPod Touch, actually, first edition.
Damn.
Yep.
No, so what do you think, Jordan? Are you still gonna try to make an effort? Like, if theaters are open, would you rather just try to make an effort to watch them there, or just like at home? Because I know a lot of Warner Brothers movies. I mean they're having a lot of backlash from a lot of like the Directors Guild and stuff like that. So who knows if they're gonna backtrack or something? But if like let's say they're gonna release Dune tomorrow, like in theaters near you, would you try to go or?
Well, to be honest with you, I probably maybe would if it was like a late showing that I knew nobody was going to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not all super like scared of coronavirus or anything, but I am trying to be cautious and trying to, not just get it or go out and spread it or anything. So I'm not really trying to go to theaters. But again, as much as I am going to enjoy sitting by myself and watching Dune at home with my, at my own pace, at my own, without having to worry about some idiots chewing popcorn or talking too loud or something.
Yeah.
I am going to miss the fact that I
channel.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, taking like screenshots of it, like while it's playing. Yeah. So, but at the same time, I would have liked to have seen this at like, the ArcLight or something, because I know that when I go to certain theaters, like if I go to an AMC or something like that around my house, it's just going to be filled with a bunch of people talking and doing stuff. But I know if I go to LA, luckily I'm close enough to LA that I can go to like ArcLight and like smaller theaters where people who go there are actually going to sit there and watch the movies. They're not going to be loud. They're not going to be on their phones. So if that is the case, if I can go to the ArcLight, then maybe. But I don't think those theaters are opening at all. I think it's just kind of like Krikorian and stuff like that. And I'm not really trying to take the risk for like a bunch of people. The people that would go to a movie right now are not really the people I want to go see a movie with. I guess.
Yeah. It's interesting. Me and John found out that in LA, movie theaters treat movies with the utmost respect. Me and John found out the hard way because we were going to go see a movie, right, at the ArcLight, I think.
Oh yeah.
And we were like literally like 2 minutes after the show had started, and they were like, "Nope, you're not coming in." And we were like, "What?" We were like, "Come on!" But the lady was like, "Yeah, no, you can't go in." I was like,
they reminded me of the Usher, Bruce Campbell in Spider-Man 2.
Oh yeah.
It ruins the illusion of. It's like, oh man.
I was like, "Damn, they treat it like on a serious note here," but that's cool.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean they literally. I mean that's why I like the ArcLight. They literally have people that stand there to make sure people aren't talking or on their phone. Whereas like you can't go to the AMC and do that. They don't care. It's like a bunch of underpaid teenagers. So I get it. There's no reason for them to care, but still.
Yeah.
I paid to sit and enjoy the movie, not to sit and watch a bunch of idiots on their phones. I could do that anywhere. I could do that anywhere, literally. So I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm just gonna watch it at home, but I'm not gonna tell Denis about it because he's gonna get pissed. I'm not gonna tell Denis Villeneuve because he's gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna tell him that I bought a ticket, but it's kind of hard to say. It's hard to say what I would do in this sort of pandemic, in this situation. I don't want to just be reckless and careless because it's Dune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. Maybe Dune's got the cure. Maybe if we watch it, maybe all that sand will get us a cure.
Well, supposedly they're already like started vaccinating people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if that doesn't turn us into zombies. Then we'll see.
Well, it's going to turn us into those giant worm Dune creatures. That's why it's going to coincide with the premiere of Dune. We're all just going to be giant worm creatures living in sand.
It's like a big old marketing campaign. Those monoliths. Jesus.
I know, right? Those are popping up everywhere.
I don't know if you guys. Yeah, it's going to be the 50th anniversary of 2001 Steelbook Blu-ray release. That's why they're putting those all out. The Best Buy promo.
That's what I thought too. Oh shit.
That'd be pretty ridiculous.
I think I would go see it in theaters just because in my experience here, when we were going to when we went to go see Tenet, it was only like me and my boyfriend and another couple. Like it's always been like maybe at the most 4, 5 people. So it's not too bad. But if it was definitely a more sold out show, then I wouldn't go. For sure.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't think anything's going to open up around me in terms of movie theaters, at least where I live. So there hasn't been anything. I had to go I guess I can go to the OC. If I go to like Fullerton, they don't care over there. They don't have any rules. So I think you could still go to movie theaters.
There, man.
What?
COVID doesn't exist over there in the OC.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, apparently. So I could probably go over there and watch a movie. But yeah, if it's all packed, I won't check it out. But
yeah.
What about Green Knight or The Green Knight with Dave Patel?
That one looks
I haven't really seen anything from it. I just know like It's with him, and then they released this pretty cool board game or something like to.
You didn't see the trailer for that?
No, I haven't seen the trailer.
Oh, you got to check out the trailer. It looks really good. It looks great. I'm really excited for that. That's another one too. I completely forgot about because they keep changing it, but that one looks good.
Unfortunately.
And then Gangster Puff says, "Can't wait to see Bruce Campbell's cameo in the Multiverse of Madness."
I wonder if he. Well, I don't know if it's been official that he's gonna have one. I'm assuming it is.
Because it's Sam, Sam always puts him in his movies, his películas.
Yep. Yeah.
I just want to see one of the Spider-Mans get a chainsaw for a hand. That's all. That's all.
That'd be cool. That'd be badass. Ben went on a recent binge watching Spider-Man. He saw the old ones, the Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, and that's why.
Isn't that kind of sad? Oh, those are the old ones now. Like, man.
I know. Those were the ones from our generation, though.
So, yeah, those are literally the originals, right? Because there's not really anyone before that. Yeah, those are like the original Spider-Man. When you tell like kids you saw the original Spider-Man, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, with Tobey Maguire, that old guy."
They're gonna be like, "Oh."
With that old man, Tobey Maguire? Good lord.
Like, I remember being so excited for the third one. Like, I would always go on Google and be like, "Oh, Spider-Man 3 photos," or like Venom. There's like all these like weird ones, and like I don't know. I was just remember I was so excited.
That was insane. But yeah.
Back when there was like dial-up internet, I had to wait like an hour to see a 3-minute trailer and shit.
Yeah.
You had to download it.
Yeah, that sucked. It sucked.
Yeah, you do it in the morning, go to school, come back, see if it's done.
Like a minute out of 3, like shit.
At 93%.
That was fun. Yeah, imagine we were trying to do this on that dial-up right now. It'd be a 60-hour show because we'd have to be pausing everything.
Just a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. My mom wants to talk to my tia in Mexico. Like,
yeah.
Let
me put you back. Can only use one line. But yeah.
But real quick, Jordan, I know you like some LA teams, like sports wise. So were you excited about the I forgot the Lakers and the Dodgers and all that?
Yeah, I mean I mean, I was more so excited about the Dodgers than I was the Lakers. The Lakers was cool, but I mean the Dodgers just because that's more so like a family thing. Just all my family is just really into that. Something my grandpa was into and stuff like that. So it was cool to see them win. Since what was it, like '88 was the last time they won a championship.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool. I mean, I'm not like a huge sports guy in terms of I don't watch like every game or really, but once it's in the finals and I'll follow it. So, but yeah, no, I was excited. It was cool. It'd be nice if Rams get a Super Bowl, but
yeah,
that'd put it another thing.
My brother's a Rams fan. He keeps saying like, "Oh, dude, it's gonna be Steelers and Rams." I'm like, I don't know. That'd be sick. I know that happened one time. I know that was a Super Bowl one time, but
yeah,
I mean that would be sick. If that happens, then we'll throw a huge party and you guys are invited, both of you, all 3 of you, because of Ben.
After COVID is done.
Fuck it. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Come, just get tested.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? COVID is gonna be over in 2021, like everybody says.
It's just gonna disappear January 1st.
Yeah,
it's gone.
A lot of people saying like it disappeared when like all the protesting was happening because how like everybody was like gathering and stuff. They're like, oh, what happened to COVID?
Yeah, there's a lot of theories. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure because nobody went and saw Tenet. That's why COVID still exists. If you guys would have all saw Tenet and read it backwards or whatever, you would have known that that's the cure for COVID. But nope, you didn't.
That movie gave me a headache. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I just had to talk shit on Tenet. It just seems to be everyone's favorite movie of the year, and I just have to let them know that I don't know why. Why? Can I ask why? That's such a
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I guess. It should have been called Exposition the Movie is what it should have been called. Just walking on pretty places and talking.
Should have been a book.
Yeah.
No.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
No. Mm-mm. I had a lot of issues with that movie.
Do you think Nolan will ever do something like non like shtick wise? Because I feel like all his other movies have to have a shtick, messing with time or something, or like the way You think he's ever just gonna do like just a
Just a
normal-
regular movie.
Unless it's only if it's a remake, right? Because he did Insomnia, which isn't kind of dependent on anything, but it's a remake of something. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to see him just go back to something like Memento at least. I mean, I get it. He has all this budget, but he doesn't mean he has to use it every time. He doesn't have to just blow up buildings for every movie. So I think he sort of forgot that he needed a story. I think him and his brother were just like, oh, we could blow up anything and make things go backwards. And they're like, oh shit, make her have a son so that we could care about that. Like that's literally what that movie feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, there's all this. We're supposed to be. Oh, this is all cool, but wait, why do we care? Oh, that's right, because she has a son that Kenneth Branagh is yelling at in Russian. I don't know. I don't really know.
I like Kenneth Branagh.
I like him too, but I don't know if I could say I like him there.
He was better in the train movie he did. What was it called?
Mustache Man or Bullet Train to Mustache Town. What is it called? Death on the Nile. Death on the Nile is
the newer one.
Murder on the Orient Express.
There you go. Yeah.
Isn't there a second one coming?
Yeah, Death in the Nile.
With Mr. Russell Brand. I was like, what?
And Gal Gadot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought Tenet was overrated, but I'm gonna get killed for having an opinion. That's what it feels like nowadays, to be honest.
Especially Christopher Nolan. I did like this kind of parody video where it's me driving to go see Tenet and acting all like excited about it and stuff. And you can tell that I'm obviously joking and all. I mean, they like all these people got mad at me. They were just like, they're just like calling me names, a bunch of names, like because I don't appreciate Nolan. I guess. I mean, I don't.
How dare you?
I know, like for a fact, I can say that video was better than the movie.
Damn.
Well, thank you, because I really don't know why I drove that far to go see that movie. I drove to San Diego to see that movie.
Wow.
Well, I drove to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, you did, huh? Yeah, you all guys are
Vegas
nuts.
is farther, right? Yeah. Yeah, no, don't believe me. I regretted it as soon as I stepped out of that theater. As soon as the credits went down and Future or whoever, Travis Scott, started bumping, I was like, "Oh yeah, take me home
not good.
now."
Yeah, it was a disappointment for sure, for me as well.
Yeah, I just think people got kind of too caught up in the technical aspects of it, which they usually do for his movies, and they don't realize that he didn't have a story or didn't even really have any characters for that matter. I mean, what character do you remember from Tenet? I mean, there's no.
He didn't even have a name. He didn't have time to give him a name.
Yeah.
I appreciated that in the book, in the movie, in the Fight Club, but not in this.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we all can equally bash on Tenet on this thing. I'm glad because.
Well, I feel like I liked it better, like more than you guys. Like it's in my top 5, but I think it's highly overrated, and that's because I haven't seen a lot.
So, John, what are you gonna watch today?
There's this really cool video I had in my queue, and this is gonna be on our OnlyFans edition though. Jordan's like, huh?
He's like, I didn't sign up for that.
You did not mention that in the text that you sent me, Jen. As a matter of fact, you told me we were talking about Arch Enemy, so I have my notes for that right here.
Imagine. Oh yeah, my bad. We watched Deerskin instead.
Yeah, you didn't hear Villain.
I've been watching actually a lot of Christmas movies. Like I barely seen Four Christmases. I just seen that. I rewatched Christmas with the Cranks. That's an old movie. I haven't seen it in forever. And I barely watched for the first time. While I'm starting, I started it. A Christmas Story, the newer one.
I don't know.
I find out there was this like this Santa Claus versus Krampus movie. Like it looked really gnarly, and it has like 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
It looks so campy. It's so cheesy. It looks pretty cool, and I'm surprised that it's like at 83%.
What is it called? You don't know what it's called?
I don't know what it's called. I think. Hold on, let me see. Because I just literally saw the trailer for it last night, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You're like, this exists?
It's called Santa, which is Krampus.
That's
Oh, it's
hilarious.
a Christmas horror story.
Oh,
That's what it's
Is
called.
it new?
Let me see. It came out in 2015. It just
That's
looks so. I want to watch it, but I just been in like a Christmas mood. But what was the one that you recommended, Jordan?
What do you mean?
You told me that I have homework to do. I have to watch one.
oh,
There's the one with This Is the End.
Oh, it's a Mad Mad World?
Oh
Did I
no,
tell you to watch
no,
that?
a street. Something
Oh,
about
Streets
a
of
street.
Fire.
Streets of
Streets of
Fire.
Fire. There you go.
Streets of
Something about a
Fire.
street.
I knew it started with the fire though.
Streets of
Yeah.
Fire, yeah.
It sounds like a Bruce Springsteen song.
It is sort of like a Springsteen kind of movie. It's like a rock and roll kind of thing. The guy looks like Bruce Springsteen, like the hero.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
man.
so it's like an 80s kind of thing. So, I mean, if you like, it's like a musical sort of. They're singing and whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah, so check that. Also, I give you a challenge, John, to not watch a Marvel movie this whole month. Can you do that?
I haven't watched a Marvel movie in like 3 months.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Good.
I'm watching The Mandalorian though.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's.
Isn't that? I forgot. Were you a fan of Star Wars?
Am I a fan of Star Wars?
Yeah, or just.
I used to be a huge fan until I started seeing other fans. You know, no, I'm just like a casual fan. I would say now. I do like The Mandalorian. I just haven't really kept up with it or anything. But yeah, it's cool. Sure. I didn't like any of the new movies, if that's what you're asking.
Oh, those are terrible.
Yeah,
like
any of those are garbage.
Those are
no.
That's one where I walked out of the Rise of Skywalker. It was my second screening, my second viewing, and I was trying to give it the benefit of the doubt, and I couldn't. Right before the third act started, I just walked out.
It was so bad.
Wow. I actually stood and finished it. I wanted to walk out, but that's crazy. I can't believe you walked out of a Star Wars. What is the YouTube community going to think of you now, John?
That's why I'm just doing the podcast. No more reviews.
You're canceled.
You're never going to get on the Schmodown now, buddy.
All this training. No, it's.
You're a dork. No, yeah, those were terrible. I think The Mandalorian is a breath of fresh air, honestly. But yeah, that's all I can say about that. I think we've said a lot in the podcast how much I disliked.
That's what your homework was, John. Watch a Kurosawa movie, The Hidden Fortress. That's what George Lucas based the Star Wars on, Hidden Fortress, and Seven Samurai. Since you said you had,
and he's not getting royalties for it.
Lucas?
Oh no, Kurosawa.
Yeah, no, he's not.
I think you'll enjoy Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
Yun.
Okay, Streets of Fire and a Hidden Fortress or Hidden Fortress.
There's a bunch, but we'll be here all day if I list them all to you, John. All the movies you need to see.
And I have some homework for you, Jordan.
Yeah, what is it? Iron Man 3? Yeah, I've seen it.
No, 2.
The first Iron Man.
No, but other than that, how's your guys' month looking? Like on releases, Jordan, are you looking forward to anything coming out? Like, are you even interested in like Soul or something, or Wonder Woman 84, and those are like the bigger ones?
Just like I said earlier, just Dune. I'm not really excited about Wonder Woman 84. It doesn't really look that interesting to me. What other Warner Brothers stuff is coming out? Like Godzilla versus King Kong versus Pete Davidson or whatever movie they're putting out. Right? It's like the King Kong of Staten Island or something like that.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pitch that if that's not the case. Yeah, no, I know. That's pretty much it. But well, actually, we were talking about. Well, I'm actually going to do a little bonus Criterion Cult episode on The Sound of Metal. So if you guys want to listen to that, that should be coming out soon. So if anybody,
are you gonna do a full like review or?
Yeah, it's like a full review, and then we also talk about it. We'll also review a Criterion film as well. That's about music, probably.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because we just recently did a bonus episode for Citizen Kane and Mank, which should be coming out soon as well.
Yeah, coincides.
I still have yet to watch Mank. I'm still trying to like.
I still have yet.
myself.
fall asleep watching Citizen Kane.
Yeah, Mank is. It's not something I would say rush out and see, but it's there. So it's new Fincher. That's why I rushed out and saw it. But yeah, it's definitely not something. It's not for everybody. You really have to be invested in the guy who wrote Citizen Kane. Otherwise, you're just like, why do I care?
Right.
But, yeah.
How do you think Fincher did though overall?
I think he could do something like this in his sleep. I think it wasn't really a challenge for him. I think because it's his father's script. His dad wrote a script that he never got to film. And so I think David Fincher just was honoring his dad and just knew that he could get the budget from Netflix and the actors. And he just sort of, it's sort of like just like a little project that he did that we all get to see, that he just like a dedication to his dad, sort of, you know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So I don't really think he put too much of himself in it. He just sort of he just knows how to put a camera somewhere and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like it had Fincher in it, like most of his movies do,
Okay.
Right.
Kind of a bug. Well, not really, but it's just because I really admire him. So I was all right, cool. Like, let's see if he did like try to challenge himself. Not like, I don't want to keep talking about Nolan, but but
I don't think this was any kind of challenge for Fincher at all.
Okay, for sure.
But it's not a bad movie. It's just not, it's not going to make any list. I don't think, at least not in my opinion. So.
Yeah, I haven't heard great things about it either.
I just watched Fincher's first movie, Alien 3. Not bad, not great. The story behind that movie is pretty crazy.
Yeah, he's gone on an Alien marathon.
What about you?
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while, but
I don't think I've seen that one. I've seen the first two, and I've seen the one with Winona Ryder.
That's the fourth one.
Fourth one. Yeah.
So you skipped the third completely.
I don't
know. For me, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same boat. I mean, there's nothing really that like is gonna come out soon that I'm like, oh my god. I'm just playing it kind of day by day because I don't really keep up with it. Like, I just wait until it comes out, and I'm like, all right, cool. But
because even now, like if we like or everything that has a release date, I don't. They keep moving stuff back, So
yeah, so you can't really get your hopes up.
Yeah.
But I did see that Johnny Depp is casted again for Beetlejuice 2, I think, or something like that.
Really?
Oh, or Tim Burton's casting him or something like that. I don't know if it's official. I thought it was official though. I could have sworn I saw it.
Huh, that's crazy. I didn't even know they were doing a Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah, they were in talks of Michael Keaton coming back and everything, so that's pretty cool.
Huh, crazy.
I'm kind of sad about it though, because I like just the regular Beetlejuice, so I don't want another one.
Yeah, I don't really see what else they could do at this point. Like where the story could go, that it would make me interested to want to see it. But one by itself is fine. I mean, just watch the cartoon if you want to see more adventures of Beetlejuice and Winona Ryder's character.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Tim Burton's just like, we'll give it to the fans, but the fans are like, no, we don't need it.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, Mr. Poor Johnny Depp's been under some fire lately too, so that was surprising to me that he got casted again.
Yeah, right. That is surprising but I mean, Tim Burton's his friend, so Tim Burton probably doesn't care about any of that.
Yeah.
But because he got fired from Fantastic Beasts, right? Johnny Depp, which was actually Colin Farrell as Johnny Depp. So they fired Colin Farrell.
Really?
Fired Johnny Depp, instead of getting Colin Farrell back, they got fucking Mads Mikkelsen.
Right. Yeah.
Which I don't. I mean, he's great too, but I mean, like, come on.
Well, I'm not really a fan of those movies, so I'm not really. It doesn't bother me who they cast or anything. I just thought it was crazy that he would be fired from something like that and still be on something like Beetlejuice too. Like yeah, that's crazy. Johnny Depp, man, what happened to that guy, huh? Remember when he was an actor? Jeez.
When he could actually act?
Yeah, that was fun.
You're talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, right?
I mean, he's good in that. Don't get me wrong. The first one he's good in. Just after that he just became that only.
Caricature.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I think if you take off all those scarves and all his bracelets, he falls apart. That's what's keeping him together. He's just made up of a bunch of scarves and knickknacks and whatnot.
He's just.
I feel like Audrey designed him.
He's just Captain Jack Sparrow. That's all he is now. Apparently, no one remembers him as being Edward Scissorhands, and it's like, damn, that was like one of his.
He was in that?
Huh? Wait, you've never seen that, haven't you? Huh?
I have the book.
But you've seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you hadn't. I was about to say. I was like, oh my god.
That wouldn't surprise me either, John. Wouldn't surprise me either.
Nah, but I mean, the important thing is that you just keep watching movies now.
So. Yeah, no, I've only given you a hard time. You watch whatever you want. I'm just, I give you recommendations. You could watch them, but I think it's just, it's just funny.
Yeah, I always make fun of him too, because I'm always like, "What? You've never seen this, John?"
And there's still some movies I gave to Audrey. I don't know if she's knocked them out too, but we all have those movies. We can't see all them every movie in the world.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Which is
and that's why I try to try to at least be a little wiser in my picks.
Yeah,
we can't watch everything, but it's still hard. Just because you saw a trailer for something you thought was good doesn't mean it's going to be good. It always
Transformers.
Changes, so. You thought it was going to be good and it ended up not good, or the other way?
No, I'm just messing because Transformers come to stick too. But there's a good question though. I forget the last movie I saw where the trailer was like, damn, that looks dope, and it just wasn't
at all good at all.
Getting a good movie trailer is
well, that first Suicide Squad trailer was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And then that movie turned out to be yeah.
You think James Gunn's gonna do a better job, or?
Yeah, probably. I think so. I think James Gunn is not going to be so cholo gangster guy like David Ayer was trying to be for no reason.
Yeah.
I think he'll actually try to just make it more comic booky than some street thug crap for no reason. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Look, I like Marvel and superhero stuff. I just
it's not the only thing you like.
Well, no, it's just so many people kind of talk about it. So I'm always like, I'd rather just bring up other stuff. You
want to shine some light on the ones that people don't talk about as much.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you live near LA?
Yeah, I live in Pico Rivera, so it's
cool. Yeah. I'm familiar with that area. I have a lot of family there. So yeah, you're pretty close to LA. Well, that's cool. I'm jealous of you guys because you guys do have resources, a lot of resources for movies. Even though right now your movie theaters are all shut down.
Yeah. All we have is the drive-in.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I love that they were doing that what was it called? Like that road show or that kind of the two movie events every Thursday or something. It was kind of horror related.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still doing that or I don't know. So that was pretty cool to see those type. I really regret not going to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Evil Dead one. That was just a dope lineup,
Yeah. I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, they should bring something like that, but not horror, just cool little double features.
Yeah, I saw Point Break and True Romance at one of those.
Oh yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, I mean, I also just miss film festivals, going to AFI Fest, Beyond Fest, those little festivals that you can kind of go to. That sucks.
That's still on my bucket list. I still want to go to a film festival. I've never gone, unfortunately.
Hopefully this year coming up, we all start wearing masks and getting over this shit,
Yeah. And get back at it.
Yeah, if you all purchase Tenet on Blu-ray and digital code, you can find the code to cure for COVID. You heard it here first. Warner Brothers, Legendary Pictures. I work for them actually.
He's actually Jordan's just reading cards and being held at gunpoint right now. Actually,
I know.
Yeah. All right, Chris. I told him it's fine. They're gonna see it. Don't worry. All right, he's getting angry because he didn't like what I said. But yeah, go see Tenet. You'll find the cure, and we'll solve all this. And then maybe we'll be able to get Clifford for Christ's sakes. I mean, geez.
The real
event.
Clifford.
Yeah, how long do I gotta wait for a Clifford movie? Come on, people. Is Denis Villeneuve's doing that one? No, that's Denise Clifford.
Oh my god.
That'd be great. Like it's like a prequel to Clifford. Like how that dog grew so big because it was beat up and like treated all bad. It's sort of like Prisoners, but with Clifford.
A pup named Clifford.
Hugh Jackman's got him in a jail cell, just turning hot water on him and stuff, and then he gets all big and destroys the town.
God.
Damn.
That was cool. Gnarly. Damn, that's already the script to the movie.
Yep, I'm pitching that to Denis and Nolan as we speak. You guys heard that, right?
Nolan is writing it down. Furious is
writing it down on a board.
They're saying it straight to HBO Max. Get ready. It'll be there in a couple of weeks.
I know.
But thank you so much, Jordan, for joining us. This was a lot of fun. I know we planned it for like a year already, and we finally made it happen. But
it was fun.
Again, for the viewers here, just remind them where they can check out the podcast.
Yeah, so follow us if you want on Instagram at Criterion Cult Pod on Instagram, and then just on Spotify or just Apple iTunes where you listen to any kind of podcast. Just search Criterion Cult, and we'll be right there. We have a bunch of episodes. Again, our latest episode on Streets of Fire. If you watch the movie, listen to the episode, hear the arguments, and vote. Because we need to get democracy's dying, and we're trying to save it. We're trying to get people to vote again. So rock the vote, vote or die, all that stuff. You know what I mean? We got Sean Puffy Combs going around telling people to vote or die. So please listen to the pod, subscribe, and even if you don't like the podcast, just leave a comment on there on iTunes. Leave a rating, even if it's a bad rating. I don't care. As long as you listen to it and you formed an opinion on it, please. So yeah, thank you guys for having me though. This was really fun. It was really cool.
Yeah,
no problem. And yeah, Audrey, this was a lot of fun. Hopefully next week we'll come back around the same time. I don't know, like the days have been kind of like weird, but next week is supposed to be like our Christmas special, I think, Audrey, where Audrey herself is just ranking.
I'm dressing up as the Grinch.
Yeah. And I'm dressing up as Max, the little dog.
Hell yeah. Oh, I was in church. I was in a dress-up church as a dog.
Or why don't you guys pick a different, so you can Audrey do the Jim Carrey Grinch, and then you be the Benedict Cumberbatch
Oh, God. I have the best Grinch, John.
I'll be all animated. I haven't even seen that one, the one with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, me neither.
Cucumber.
I don't know if I want to. I love the Jim Carrey one too much.
And the original one.
You can't beat live action Jim Carrey over digital Cumberbatch. Yeah, no way.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear that, John? You suck. You're a digital Cumberbatch. You're no good.
Damn it. I haven't even seen it
yet. Don't watch it.
No, yeah, but all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there. I know we're still going through some stuff. It's not all, sunshine and rainbows or whatever that is, but stay safe. Wear a mask, and just remember to watch more movies. All right, guys.